Okay, here's the next update. I pulled the engine apart because it had an oil leak and put new crankcases in it. Put it all back together. Hopefully the oil leak has stopped. It only leaked on the kickstand, which was really bizarre, so I think there was a hairline crack where those bosses are under there. Anyway, I'm going to try to hang the motor tonight, get everything set up. Now, I told you about the hex shaped hole in the frame, right? That's going to hold this nut this way, alright? Because there's no room there to have a nut. Well, the next problem is the head of the nut sticks inside of the frame, so when you tighten the bolt, it's going to tighten to the nut, not to the frame, right? So I figured, well, I'll put a spacer over that. Now the other problem being, this is part of the frame. There's no purchase here to put a washer. Alright, so what I did was I found some kind of spacer bushing in my junk drawer. I ground it down to the right thickness, which in this case I believe was 14 millimeter. And then I took a section out of it. So now, hopefully, I'll be able to go under there, slip this in behind the nut, and it'll hang on that piece in the back, then put the nut on, be able to tighten it up, and then grind off whatever's sticking out past the nut for chain clearance. So we'll see if this is going to work. I don't know, maybe. It kind of even hangs in there by itself because it kind of hooks onto the bolt and sits against that piece inside. So this might work. So, alright, if I get a little farther along, I will update this video again. So we'll see what's happening. Alright, thanks for taking a look. Okay. Here's the hubbub. That's your problem there. You got like no clearance there whatsoever. But it's pretty, a little bit, maybe 1/8 of an inch. So I think that's going to be okay to test it. If it grinds a little of it off that spacer and then bolt a little bit to park itself, I don't have a problem with that. We'll see what happens. But that's where your major problem is, right there. So I suppose you could maybe take the engine casing mounting bosses and take 1/8 off of there. I don't know if there'd be enough room. Because if you look here, if you come over this way anymore, you ain't got much space there. So I think it's going to be okay. If it wears itself in a little bit, I'll just make sure I keep the chain lubed up for the first couple rides, and well, all rides actually. And we'll see what happens. So, just a quick shot at the other side. I got the larger top bolt in here and the exhaust bracket, which I had to make because I didn't have one, and then your bottom bolt is there, so that clears the brake pedal and everything. I don't know, might work. And I don't see any oil dripping, knock on wood, but again, it leaked when it was on the kickstand, which I do not have on there yet. So I think I'll let it sit overnight just to see if anything weeps out, and continue on tomorrow, getting all the rest of the bits on there to take it for a ride. Alrighty, thanks.